Welcome back to our channel guys, and in today's video we are going to watch another Andrew Tate speech. So I combined 4 main speeches and make a one video. Just look at my notebook. This is how much I learned from these 4 speeches, and you can also learn that. But in order to learn that, the only thing you have to do is to watch this video till the end. I don't mind if you listen to my commentary or not, but please listen to these 4 speeches because there are a hell amount of knowledge in these 4 speeches. Anyway, in these 4 speeches, Senator talks about the worst thing they can do is to lock you into a jail. He talks about inflation. He talks about find somebody who is living the life you want to live and ask them to teach you. Um he talks about you need knowledge and love in order to escape the matrix. Time is currency. And last but not the least, he said that people who don't make money are unlucky and disfavored by God, and poor people, and how poor people works the hardest but still they are poor. Enjoy your video, guys.
I thought I needed a, sunny Caribbean holiday. Let me enjoy myself. It's not like I haven't been through hell for the last few years, locked in my house. All the traveling I've done since my exoneration has been primarily for work. So let me finally take an attempt at a trip that's not going to pay me. I'm not going to work. I'm going to go on holiday just to have fun. Tropical storm came, same day I landed. I'm definitely one of God's favorites, but he reminds me now and again, I think that's the best way to live. Keeps you humble. Because that's what I am. I'm a humble man considering I'm one of the most well-known people on the planet, a billionaire. Handsome and funny and smart. Gorgeous. I'm super humble considering all of these things. Most men with a fraction of my qualities are far more arrogant than I. And that's because God shows me that I'm his favorite, while at the same time, reminding me. Enjoy your holiday in the rain, dipshit. It's like being back in England. You know what's funny about life? One of the funniest things about life is that nothing actually really matters at all. Queen sung that. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. It doesn't matter if it rains, and it doesn't matter if it's sunny. What's the difference? I'm in a nice hotel. I'm going to go out and have a nice dinner in a restaurant. If it was raining, I'm going to do that. If it's sunny, I'm going to do that. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Maybe if it's somewhere in the middle, you're stuck in this strange purgatory. Do I wear a hoodie? But I don't have that problem because it's raining and I know it's raining. I like extremes. When I know what's going to happen on either end of the spectrum. Have you ever heard the theory, the high-low theory? It's basically that rich people and homeless people understand the reality of the world and everyone who's stuck in the middle doesn't. The really rich people didn't get the vaccine, and the homeless people didn't get the vaccine. It's the dipshits in the middle who got the vaccine. Really rich people don't pay taxes, and homeless people don't pay taxes. It's the dipshits in the middle who pay taxes. And the high-low theory is absolutely true. Who's got freedom? A rich guy's got freedom, and a homeless guy's got freedom. Who's telling them what to do? Nobody. In the middle, you got a boss. You got HR department. You got some fucking bitch wife, complaining. Oh my God, the house, we need another nursery. We need a room in the house for a nursery. You need to get a guy to paint the room. Shut the fuck up. Guys in the middle, bro, just shoot yourself. Truthfully, all the lessons about the world as well come from the top and the bottom. Yes, the lives are similar, but I think the high-low theory is far more interesting when you apply it to the fact that you only really understand the world at one of the two extremes. Everyone I talk to who's a billionaire understands how the world works. And everyone I talk to who's homeless or a criminal understands how the world works. But people in the middle don't seem to get it. People in the middle believe in laws and the news. Do you have any idea how visceral your understanding of the corruption involved in the justice system is if you're completely broke and homeless? You understand the entire system's corrupt and you're getting wrecked when you've done basically nothing. If you grow up in the ghetto, grow up in the projects, you have no money for an expensive lawyer, you're getting hit by a DA somewhere, you understand how corrupt the system is. All the people at the bottom say, fuck the police. And do you have any idea how intricately you understand the corruption of the system if you're a billionaire? You think they don't know that the entire justice system is absolutely corrupt? That the political system and the elections, the judges, all these people are completely corrupted? I found out the other day, believe it or not, that the American government is paying billions of dollars to look after imaginary Somali kids. And when I found this out, my answer was, why the fuck would we pay billions of dollars to look after real Somali kids? Why are we paying money for this at all? Okay, the kids do exist. Still, why does this cost billions of tax? Why are white people in Paris, Texas, paying taxes so that some Somalis in Minnesota can have their kids watched for free? How does that work? Oh, it's called corruption. Now, billionaires get it, and the Somalis at the bottom, well, they were at the bottom, they're billionaires now, they get it. But the guy in the middle paying his taxes, these people don't seem to get it. You only understand the world at the extremes. And that's why the smartest people in the world are like me. I'm one of the smartest people on the planet. And before you disagree, I'm one of the most well-known people on the planet. So I've obviously done something fucking right. Who the fuck are you? Nobody. And that's because I grew up at the absolute bottom, and now I'm at the absolute top. So I've seen the corruption from both sides. I've had homeless and billionaire. Lucky me. Most people only get one. Not many homeless people end up billionaire. Not many billionaire started as homeless. Everyone in the middle is living in a mirage. You're living in this false version of reality. And I would actually say that that's one of the best reasons you should attempt to get rich. Because you achieve an understanding. Do you remember like being young and you'd go to school and they'd try and teach you math and you were confused for the first 45 minutes and then you learned how to do it? Do you remember learning how to ride a bike and it was hard and then eventually you could do it and the feeling of pride and achievement, like, wow, I know how it works now, I can do it now. That's the revelation that comes once you're rich because you understand the world finally. You're sitting there in the middle and you have no clue how anything works. Your stupid ass believes that the law matters and it's not just pieces of paper that are printed out, and that a drug-dealing mafia racket at the bottom is somehow different to a drug-dealing mafia racket at the top. You think the governments are any different than street gangs, you're an idiot. If you think the president is any different than a gangster, you're a fool. If you think that laws matter because they were printed on a piece of paper, as opposed to the guns pointed at people, and the laws are simply an excuse to point the guns, you don't understand anything in the middle. You need to get rich to achieve clarity, to achieve understanding. The best thing about me being rich and speaking to other rich people, the best thing about it is the clarity of understanding. When I talk to normal people about my personal circumstances, they say asinine things like, so they arrested you for no reason? They can't do that. They can just arrest you for no reason. What about, that's against the law. It's against the law to have a Somali daycare that steals billions for imaginary kids, you dipshit. Who's gone to jail? Nobody. When I talk to a billionaire about my case, you know what they say? Yes, they accuse you of those things deliberately to try and tarnish your name so people talk about your accusations as opposed to your ideas because they're threatened by your ideas. You're a national security threat because you get more views on your videos than the BBC gets. That's why the British government attacked you. They stole all your money so you couldn't hire a lawyer. I know about 10 people this has happened to. It was probably set up by an intel agency. That's what a billionaire says. When I talk to a homeless guy about what happened to me, they say, those cops are corrupt as fuck, man. They get it. But the people in the middle, well, I think in Romania the law says... You're a fucking retard. It's MI6 sending a seaplane. It's very important you get rich so that you can understand the reality of the world. If you do not have at least $100 million, you're living in a dream. Like a fish in a forest. You don't even know where you are. You don't know how anything operates. You haven't been in the rooms where these things are discussed. Nobody has explained to you how corrupt it all is. You've never sat there with somebody who has bribed a judge. You never sat there with somebody who has paid for the political campaign for a particular senator to explain how they're going to adjust the law so he can make billions more. You've never seen the corruption. You've never played the game. You don't know what world you're living in. You're paying your taxes like a fucking dipshit, and you are ignorant, living with blinders on. You need to get rich to achieve the clarity so that you can finally ride the tricycle. So you can finally ride the bike and say, look, I get it now. That's the best thing about being rich. Yes, you get diamond watches. Yes, you get a bunch of fucking sister wives. You get to come on all of them. Yes, you get to fly in private jets. Yes, you get to go wherever you want. Blah, blah. Bugattis, Pagani's, Jescos. Blah, 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 blah. But the coolest thing about being rich is understanding the game. Finally learning how the code to the simulation actually operates and runs. The people at the bottom understand it, but they cannot manipulate it. The people at the top understand it, and we can manipulate the system. We can look at the lines in the matrix, we can finally decode it, and we can enter our own virus to change things. Do you understand? Viruses that allow you to travel the world while governments are saying somehow you belong in jail, but you're never in jail. You're just in fucking Barbados in a thunderstorm. Because everything around you is a fucking lie. And I don't know how else to say it, because I've been preaching it for years to everybody at home. If you are watching this and you do not have $100 million, please understand every single institution you believe in, the people who you go to for planning permission to build your fucking house, the police you call when there's a problem, the doctors you go to when you're sick, all of it is built on one big fucking illusion. It is all a scam. It's half-truths. It's an empire of lies. It's all fallacy. It's made up. It's all bullshit. You don't even know who's in charge of your country. If you're living in a Western country right now and I said, who's the boss? And if you name the president, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know who your boss is. You don't know who you're giving your money to. You don't know who's deciding how you live your life. You don't know anything. You're just a dummy in the dark, floundering. And if you start to get rich, you start to meet people that tell you stories. And because you were smart enough to get rich, you're smart enough to listen to the stories and start to put it all together and understand the truth. With money comes clarity. So if you're a full-grown man with any degree of self-respect, understanding you are one day going to die, you have a short human experience, you should want to understand life. You're alive for 70 years. Don't you want to know how the world works? Don't you want to understand the world? Don't you want to understand why things happen? You're a full-grown man. Don't you want to understand what's going on? Why, no matter who you elect, certain things must happen, even though they degrade society and destroy the nation? Don't you want to understand who's behind these things? Don't you want to understand why they're done? Don't you want to plan for them? Don't you want your children to be safe and happy? Don't you want to actually know what's going on? Fuck the jets. Fuck the money. Fuck the watches and the cars and the girls and all that crap. Don't you want to understand what's going on? And you're not going to unless you get fucking rich. Because if you stay in the middle, you are being psyoped. It is the primary objective of the simulation to psyop the people in the middle. You cannot psyop the rich. They know too much. That's why they don't have to pay tax. You can't make rich people pay tax. Why? Because they know too much. They've got a gun to the system's head. The system hasn't got a gun to their head. You can't make homeless people pay tax because they ain't fucking got anything. They make your stupid ass pay tax because you're stuck in the middle. You're a slave. They have you psyoped. They have you tied up. You're a bitch. You wouldn't even be a bitch if you were homeless. At least you'd be a free enough man to sit there and say, the government ain't taking shit from me. You're a fucking punk in the middle like a cunt. And are you really going to give up your house and car and go live on the street? Probably not. So what's the alternative? The alternative is you better get fucking rich so you can understand the world we're living in. And if that doesn't inspire you, if you watch this video and say, I don't want to get rich to understand how things work. I want to stay a dummy. I want to stay stupid and ignorant. You have no idea how the world changes once you have $100 million. Everyone has a fucking price. Judges have prices. Politicians have prices. Police have a price. Your fucking wife has a price. You think your wife hasn't got a price to suck another dick? You think your wife hasn't got a price to put a bullet in your head? Everyone's got a fucking price. You just haven't been playing that game because you ain't got any fucking money. But if you got some, things would start to make sense. So I implore you, if at least for nothing else but the noble quest for knowledge, if at least for nothing else but to understand the simulation you're living in.
Sorry for interrupting you in the video, but if you don't want to listen to my comment and my perspective on this video, you can skip and watch the remaining annotated speech. I will also show a timer there so you can skip according to your test. But I suggest you to listen to my comment and my perspective because we talk about a lot of things. We also talk about it's a conversation between you and me, and we talk about we also talk about out of this video out of the box. Anyway, let's start the conversation without any waste of time. So the first thing he talks about is but before starting the conversation, I let you know that I also have a Discord server. We and me and other members or of our Discord server talk about how we can make more money, how we can grow in life, and we talk about a lot of things there. So I'll leave the link in the description and in the pinned comment. If you want to join, you can join. And don't forget to subscribe my channel because it's almost 11:30 p.m. at night, and I'm recording this video because of you, only for you guys, because I love you guys. You support me a lot. So please subscribe to my channel so we can hit 10k as soon as possible. Start the conversation, guys. I'm starting the conversation. So he talks about the worst thing they can do is to lock you into a jail. True. That's what happened to him. That's the exact thing that happened to him recently. And yeah, he's right. That's why they locked him into a cell with his brother. And he talks about inflation. Now, amazing topic. Sorry guys for I'm using this shirt because my fan is off and it's summer. I'm recording this video so I get sweat. Anyway, we were talking about inflation. Inflation increase every year, like 5 years before, $100 are a hell amount of money. Like $100 is so much, but nowadays $100 is nothing. Or you can say is 5 years before or 10 years before, $10k per month is a lot of money. But now 10k is nothing. 10k is nothing. Believe me, $10k per month is nothing. And inflation increases day by day, so you have to do something for you. If you want money, if you want a good lifestyle, if you don't want to worry about your bills, your gas in the car, your children school fee, if you don't want to worry about these things, getting rich is the only thing you can do. Building a cash flow is the only answer of this. Like people said that money can't buy happiness. I believe in science. Tinga 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 ting. Like what, man? It's not about that money buys happiness, but at least you don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about fees. You don't have to worry about loans. At least if you earn so much money and if you get rich, you just don't have to worry about bills anymore if you get rich. And a lot of poor people always stress about bills, loans. If you are worried about bills and all this stuff, getting rich is the only option. Building yourself is the only. I'm not saying that you have to oh, join real world and doing this. I will leave the link in the description. Join real world, please, please, please. No, do whatever you want to do. Start recording yourself. Start vlogging on YouTube. Start anything in order to make money. It's all about hunger. How much hungry you are. If you're hungry, you start trying different things. You start trying different things because you are hungry for money. Different ideas blew in your mind. How you can make more money and more money and more money. So you don't have to worry about bills because inflation increases every year. Anyway, we have so much topic to cover up and we have no time. So let's move on to another topic. Find somebody who is living the life you want to live and ask them to teach you. That's why that's why I always request you to please join my Discord server. Why you can why? Because in our Discord server there are people who are making money and they can actually teach you. There is one guy who are doing who is doing clipping and he teach me how I can make money by doing clipping. There's one guy who's drop shipping who is doing drop shipping and earning money. There is a guy who is doing content creation. I am doing trading. If you want to learn about trading, I can teach you, but you just have to join my Discord server. And there are a lot of people. If you are making money, please join my Discord and help each other to grow in life. Please, man. Please. This is the point. So find somebody who is living the life you want to live and ask them to teach you. Find somebody who is doing the same thing, you want to do. If you want to do a drop shipping, find a guy who is doing well at drop shipping. If you want to do trading, find a guy who is doing well at trading and ask them to teach you. And 60%, there is a 60% chance that they're gonna teach you these shit for free. At least they can give you a roadmap and you can figure it out how you can make more money by doing these things. Another topic, knowledge. We're gonna learn about what's the importance of knowledge. Like, knowledge is almost everything. Not everything, but almost everything. Andrew Tate has knowledge about almost everything. Everything. How you can make more money, how you can protect your family. Like, knowledge, I should not say how you can protect your family, but yeah, how you can make more money, how you can build connections, how the world works, everything. That's why he's recording videos, share his knowledge, and like, knowledge is everything. If you have knowledge, you can actually earn money. There are three types of currencies. Let me tell you, time is short. There are three types of currencies: money, knowledge, and time. These are four types. Use to make the third one. Use to make the third one. Money, knowledge, time. Use money and knowledge to get time freedom. Use knowledge and time to make money. Use time and knowledge in order to get knowledge. Time and money in order to get knowledge. These are three currency, and you can't waste these currency on stupid peoples, on stupid friends. You have to surround yourself with productive people, around productive people. You just can't waste these currencies. These are the main three currencies: money, time, energy, or knowledge. You can't waste it on stupid people. Enjoy your video. We're gonna cover this all at the end of the video. Enjoy your video, guys.
Evening from Istanbul. I think I have a meeting in about an hour, just enough time to talk to my friends. I know you're wondering what I'm doing here. I think you've already said it out loud. Andrew, why are you in Istanbul? Don't worry, I'll tell you. I'm here to do the only thing I travel for, which is business. I only travel for money. I'm really not that interested in traveling for fun. Walking around with a guidebook and looking at a church doesn't interest me because I'm not retarded. Do you understand? Being amongst all the peasants and the people and walking around going, this church was built by some guy. I don't care. I'm building my own empire. I don't give a shit. I actually like history. I like to be amongst it while ignoring it. You know? I'm planning for the future, which is my money. So I don't really like leaving the house unless I'm going to get paid, which means I only really travel for business. Why should I be forced to endure the president's suite of the Shangri-La Hotel Istanbul for anything less than $50 million? I think I'm going to come here for fucking free. I know to you people that's your dream. Hey honey, I've saved up all year and we can go to the president's suite of the Shangri-La. Might get your pee-pee sucked. Unfortunately, my pee-pee is oversucked, too sucked. Too many women want to suck my pee-pee, so I'm really not that interested in flying women around to let them do what they already want to do at home. They all want to suck my pee-pee in my penthouse in Dubai, or my mansion in Romania, or Budapest. All my mansions, in fact, want to suck my pee-pee in fucking Miami. There's not a city in the world where women don't want to suck my pee-pee, so I'm really not trying to fly them anywhere to get it done. And while I was here conducting business, you know, it's so easy to avoid business travel now. It's probably one of the things I hate most about the modern world, is that everything's so impersonal. It's all just like emails and text messages, a WhatsApp message. You get an email. This probably happens to you all the time. You open your email. Hello, Mr. Tate. Your account has been credited with $9,843,121. You know, you wake up on Monday, you get $9.1 million. You know what I mean. Happens to you all the time, right? And you're just like, oh, this is so impersonal. You know? The money's all right. It's a week's spending money. But where's the James Bond? You know, like you used to be rich. You used to have a suit on. You know, a cigar. Being rich used to be a thing. Not like he's rich so he does things. It would be like, what's he doing? Well, he's doing nothing, but he's being rich, so he's doing something. You know? I don't want an email about the money you put into my account. I want a check that I have to cash with the Turkish bank. That's what I want. I want to fly here on a private jet and get out of my private jet into the car of my security team. I want Tristan and I to ride in silence, smoking cigars, with our heads on a swivel, looking around for any possible danger. I want to go to the bank and I want to say, bring me the manager. I have to cash a check. And I want the manager to turn up and go, oh, Mr. Tate, my son loves you. I know. I need to cash this check, sir. Oh, okay. Well, we didn't know you were coming. Would you like a seat to the back? You know, I'm here to do business. You understand? That's my fun. My fun is doing business around the world in the way it used to be done. I don't like this new form of, hey, I sent you some Solana WhatsApp bullshit. Here's your USDT. All gay. Those are the kind of people who take their girls on holiday. All gay. Not my style. Old-fashioned kind of guy. So while I was here in Istanbul, I had a meeting with someone else who's making real money. Serious money. You know, Turkey is one of those countries, very much like the Stans, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, etc. It's kind of caught in between two worlds. It's caught in between China, Russia, Europe, the Middle East. Lots of money moves through here. It's not a poor country, it's a very rich country. And I was talking to a guy who's facilitating exactly that. And I came to a rather astute observation. And I thought, I should tell the broke people at home this. Because you poor people don't know any of these things. You poor people don't know anything about how the world works. You believe in the law and the news. You believe you need to work to get money. You think money's real. Who was the first person to say to you 5 years ago, money's not real? And I was talking to him and I was saying, is it hard to make money in Turkey? What's Turkey like to live in? He was explaining how hard it is in Turkey, saying there's a big wealth gap. I'm like, yeah, same in England, same in America, everywhere's toast. He was talking about the difficulties of banking in Turkey, how controlled it is, the inflation, the fact the currency's spiraling. We were talking about all these things. But then he said, but there's still ways to make money if you're smart enough. And I said, is that how you think of people who don't make money, that they're not smart enough? Is that how you view them? And he put his drink down, removed his sunglasses, and looked me directly in the eye. And he said, no, I view people who don't make money as unlucky and disfavored by God. And I thought, wow, that's powerful. Tell me more. And we went on to have a very long conversation about how poor people are not lazy. The hardest jobs in the world are done by poor people. Cleaning the toilets is a hard job that poor people do. In fact, the poorest people in the world work the hardest. They have to walk 12 kilometers with a jug on their head to take a motherfucking bath. So you can work hard and still be poor. And there's lots of poor people who are smart. I know that because they all work for me. Smart people hire people and pay them not very much money at all to keep the smart person's empire running. So poor people must be smart because they're smart enough to make the rich person rich and keep the rich person wealthy. So it's not that they're lazy and they don't work hard. It's not that they're not smart. So why do some people escape the matrix and other people don't? And we were talking about this for hours, and he gave me the very simple hypothesis. He said, God just likes some people and he just doesn't like others. And the reason I don't talk to poor people is not because they're stupid or lazy. It's because I don't want unlucky people around me. If God has decided they deserve to suffer their entire consciousness as a peasant, then I don't think I should talk to them. If God has decided that they need to suffer serfdom for 80 long human years, then they're extremely unlucky and did something very bad in their past life. I don't want to talk to them. I was thinking about this all night. I was like, is that how rich people view poor people, as just unlucky? As just like lepers? You have some horrible disease? Why do rich people not talk to poor people? Why is it so hard for you to even interact with a billionaire? Why do I avoid poor people? I thought I avoided them because they were petty and dirty and jealous and small-minded, and they talk too much shit, and you can't trust them because if you involve them in a business deal, it's too tempting for them to steal because they need the money. I thought I had a bunch of other reasons, but maybe I do look at them and go, I started below you. You were raised in a dual-parent household, and your parents were relatively well off. You're middle class. I was raised in a single-parent household in the projects, and I got rich and you didn't. So how did I start below you and surpass you unless you are unlucky, unless God doesn't like you, unless you did something bad in a previous life? For some reason, you're being punished with this eternal, brokey existence. What have you done? So I started doing a little survey. I put together a voice note and I said, hey guys, I was just speaking to so-and-so, and he said that poor people are unlucky and that you should avoid them because unluckiness is contagious and that they're not favored by God, these people. And that no matter how bad your upbringing, no matter how bad your situation, he got out of the Turkish ghetto. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, then Luton, England, the two worst cities in America and England, respectively. And I managed to get out. So if you really want to get out, you can get out. You always find a way. But some people can start way up high. They can start with rich parents or middle income, and they still don't make it out. And his theory is that these people are just unlucky and God doesn't like them. What do you think? And I was amazed how many rich people agreed. So there you have it. There's the astute observation. Rich people don't think you're lazy, and rich people don't think you're stupid. They think you're unlucky, and they think God doesn't like you. Would you get in a car with a guy who God didn't like? Let's cut the bullshit. Final destination. Hi guys, we're all going to go on a nice road trip. Okay, great. This is Mike. He's a barber. Hi, Mike. This is Steve. He's a butcher. Hi, Steve. And this is Ted. Ted hasn't got a job. God hates Ted. He's driving. No. Ted, You know what? The car ride's better without you, Ted. God doesn't like you for some reason. We might hit a deer. We might steer off the road. Who knows? And you can consider the car an analogy for starting a business or an opportunity. If I'm going to start a company, do I want to start a company with someone God doesn't like? Do I want to risk my capital and risk my life? Do I want someone God doesn't like on my jet? The ultra wealthy of the world view the poor as disliked by God. And here is the real interesting thinking. Because everybody is going to end up exactly what they're destined to be. If you're destined to be rich, nothing can stop you from being rich. And if you're destined to be poor, nothing can make you rich. You're going to stay poor forever. But truthfully, I like to believe we decide our own destiny. So instead of viewing it as God only likes the rich people, God made the rich people lucky and the poor people unlucky, I think a better way to view it is working hard at something and dedicating yourself and becoming rich so you can take care of the people you love and retire your mother and live a life worth living and leave a mark on this earth makes God like you. Perhaps it can be reversed. Perhaps God likes you once you make it, as opposed to you made it because God liked you. I think that's a better way to look at it. God didn't birth me to do anything less than be a seismic shift in culture, which is what I've been. My footprint on human consciousness is nearly unmatched by any other man. Everyone knows who I am. Everyone discusses what I do. My ideas have been debated all around the world at dinner tables in private, which I've never heard of, or on news shows with millions of viewers. My footprint has been seismic. That's what God birthed me for. And that's because I've worked very, very hard and made a whole lot of money, and I became so big that my ideas could not be ignored. That's why God likes me. And that's why when I'm put in positions I should lose, I somehow just win. That's why I'm so lucky. I don't think I got here because I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky because I got here. And you need to make a decision. Assume I'm telling the truth. For argument's sake, are you prepared to dedicate yourself and work as hard as possible and do what must be done so that not only you can live a life worth living, not only you can leave a mark on history, not only can you take care of everyone you love, not only do you have the answer when your mother has cancer and needs medical treatment, not only can you do all of the beautiful things that a man should be able to do for those who he is taking care of, but also to be able to look in the mirror and say, I have made God happy with me. And for that reason, I know I'm lucky because I wouldn't be here without luck. But all my hard work and dedication inspired God to give me what I believed I deserved and what I worked for. And now I know God is happy with me, so I am forever lucky. And here's the real interesting question. If you ended up in that position, you finally made it out. All the people who you were stuck down below with, they were out drinking and taking drugs and partying and being lazy and doom scrolling and jerking off while you were working hard.
So this is the end of the video, and I want to tell you something. One, I don't know his name, but one of my subscriber who is in our Discord server helped me and support me financially to buy a mic, and I'm going to buy a mic soon, all thanks to him. And I'm going to buy a mic within a week, so at least my audio quality gonna improve, at least. And I'm also gonna work on my English as well, on my accent as well. And yeah, I'm not saying I'm good at English. I'm not saying I'm good at English, American accent or British accent. When I start my YouTube channel, when I start showing my face, when I start my YouTube commentary videos on Andrew Tate, my main goal is to make money. To be honest, I'm a honest person. I don't like to say lie. I don't like to say lies with my audience who loves me. The only thing I start a YouTube channel is to make money. But right, but now I love you guys. I love you. I don't care about money anymore. I got an amazing audience. I love you guys. When I read your comment, like, it makes me so happy. Like, yeah, my audience, I love you guys. Anyway, time is short. We have to cover up these things. We already talked about three main currencies, and we are going to talk about love. Love is beautiful. I'm not saying about love about woman. I'm saying that love, whole over love, is beautiful. Love with your brother, love with your friends, love uh, with your girl, your woman, your girlfriend, your wife, love with your parents is beautiful. Spread love. And I think this is the only thing that gonna help you win in life. Spread love. Spread love. Love everyone. Love everyone. Help each other to grow in life. And that's gonna help you a lot in your success journey. Let's talk about people who don't make money are unlucky and disfavored by God. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know about it. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, but like, yes, at some point it's true, like 20% or 10%, maybe it's true. Because imagine God is watching you. God is watching you right now, and what are you doing? What are you doing watching my video? So let's imagine God is watching you at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. God is watching you at 3 a.m. What are you doing? Some people are sleeping on a bed. Some people are talking to their partner. Some people are jerking off to Pornhub. Some people are working on their laptop. And God see it. God see it. How much work you put. How much work you put on yourself. God is watching you. Be thankful of everything you have, because without God, like, if we have everything in life, if suppose we have everything in life, but we don't have God by our side, we have nothing. God is everything. Be thankful of God. Be thankful of the situation you are in. Be thankful of everything. Be thankful of the clothes you are wearing. Be thankful of be thankful for your house you are living in. Be thankful for everything you have, no matter you're poor, middle class, or rich. Be thankful of everything, and start doing good deeds. Start doing good deeds. Helping someone, maybe spreading smiles, maybe doing a great work, maybe doing some charity. Do things so God start loving you more. And don't do good deeds because you want something from God, you want good luck from God, you want you want good things from God. Because a lot of people, when I was a kid, I I pray and ask for everything, for good marks, for nicer clothes, for home, for each and everything, for each and everything. But I realized that, is it not selfish if you start asking for worldly things like God give me that, Lord give me that, Lord give me that? I think that that's so selfish. You just have to thank God for everything and asking for more wisdom and praise God. That's like when your heart is soft, when you clap for other people, when you clap for other people's success, when you do good things, everything gonna be all right with you. Believe in God's plan. Do good things, do good deeds, because God is watching, because you love God and God love you to do good deeds. Show some love to God. Show some love to God. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not wrong, I don't know. But I gave you my perspective. Sorry guys, 1 second. Anyway, let's talk about poor people works the hardest but still they are poor. The only thing they are poor because they are not taking risk. They are not taking risk, that's why they are poor. Khalas. And what poor people doing? Going to school, university, job, doctor, engineering, pilot, and they are still upper middle class. Not that rich, but still upper middle class. And I'm not against school, university. School is good, university is good because they are risk free. Because they are risk free, you only have to pass exams in order to get job. And we can't run a country without doctors, engineers, pilot, teacher, and people. We can't run anything, any country, any city without school, university, college, doctor, etc. I'm not against them, but I'm just saying that if you want to make a lot of money, you have to take risk. These things, universities, doctor, engineering, etc., are risk free. You just have to pass exams, which is very hard. Passing an exam is very hard. It's so much hard to pass an exam, but it's risk free. And if you start making content on YouTube, it's a risky game. If you start trading, it's a risky game. If you start drop shipping, it's a risky game because there is a 50-50 chance. You don't know if it's gonna work out. You don't know if not gonna work out. And mostly people think that thinking that, oh man, should I try this because I'm gay, and I'm start thinking about if it's gonna work or not. And you know what's the smartest people do? They don't think about it if it's gonna work out or not. Just try. Man, I tried this and I failed. Then I tried this and I failed. Then I tried this again and failed. Then I tried this and failed. Then I tried one more time and I win. And I'm making money right now. My life is good, man. My life is good. And some people start thinking about, still thinking that if it's gonna work or not. Stop thinking about if you're taking risk. If you want to get rich, take risk. And if you're taking risk, stop thinking about if it's gonna work or not. Just try. Stop, because our brain wants to win. Our brain wants win. Nobody wants to lose. You have to understand this. Stop caring about winning. Stop caring about losing. Just try. Just try. Just try. And love to try different things. Just try. You're not gonna win if you try it first. You're not gonna win if you try 10 times more. You're gonna win. You're gonna lose again and again and again and again and again, again before you win. God bless you guys. I love you so much. You're so supportive. I love you guys, and I want to see all of you successful in life.